What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Clemente Collector. And today I have to, first and foremost, it's August 18th. I have to say happy birthday to Roberto Clemente. If he was still with us today, he would actually have turned 89 today. So I actually have a couple Clemente pickups here that I haven't shown on my channel yet. And I thought maybe just to celebrate his birthday, why don't we start off with showing those? And then I'm going to end with showing a YouTube All-Star Team. Four Leaf asked us to show our favorite YouTube channels from the past year. So let's get started.
Batting third, playing right field, number 21, Roberto Clemente.
All right, so let's get into some Clemente pickups to celebrate his birthday. So the first one that I wanted to actually show is this 1962 Canadian postcard. So here's the 1962 American postcard. These Canadian postcards are very, very hard to find. There's not a lot of them out there. As you can see, mine is not in great shape, but they did use they used the same picture. But I love this card. I was looking for it for a long time, so that was a recent pickup of mine. The next pickup I wanted to actually show is I picked up another Clemente Topps coin. So this is actually the 1964 Topps coin. Here's what the back looks like. I believe Clemente has, I want to say he has 3 or 4 Topps coins. I have 2 of them already, not counting the Salada junket coins. So really cool. I'm excited about that one. And then I have 3 pickups here, and they're all from 1971. So I thought, what better way to celebrate Clemente than talking about 1971? So the first thing I picked up was the Dell Stamps book from 1971. So they actually have, every team, they have a Dell Stamps book. But I really wanted to find a really good copy of the All-Star one because it has all the greatest players of 1971 in it. So here is the page that has obviously Clemente here, and then Hank Aaron's on there, Frank Thomas. There's just some really, really great Hall of Famers on this page. And then they actually have another page of Hall of Famers and All-Stars. And look at this, the insert's still in here. This is like pristine. And then here's the other page. So we got Ernie Banks down here. We got Willie Mays up here. We got Bob Gibson. So these Dell Stamp books are really, really cool. I actually thought about buying the Clemente Dell Stamp by itself. But, I mean, if you could get the whole book, why would you want the individual stamp, in my opinion? That's one of those things that's kind of like the PSA registry. You could have the Clemente Dell Stamp by itself. But to me, the book should be worth more than the individual stamp. But that's not usually how it works. So, talking about 1971, this is a Jet magazine, October 14, 1971. And Clemente's on there, and Willie Mays is on the front. And the World Series that year was from October 9th to October 17th. So, the Pirates haven't won the World Series yet when this magazine came out. And this magazine just talks about the best players of the 1971 season. And they called out Clemente, obviously. So the last pickup I have is about the World Series of 1971. So I just picked up the 1971 O-Pee-Chee Roberto Clemente World Series card. So I've had the US version of the card, and I haven't had the O-Pee-Chee version. Well, real quick, while you guys look at this card, I just want to talk about how great Clemente did in the 1971 World Series. He not only won the MVP, he had 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, and he batted .414. He really carried the Pirates to that World Series championship in 1971, and I don't think enough people talk about it. So the biggest difference between the O-Pee-Chee and the U.S. version is you could see, similar to the Venezuelan cards, the back of the O-Pee-Chee card is a lot more like, I would say, like dark, richer red. It's like more reddish, and this is more like pinkish. That's like the biggest difference. And obviously at the bottom here it says made in Canada. but those are the biggest difference. But this is an absolute stunning card. I think I might grade it. I would say it's probably gonna get a 6 to 7 range, I would think. So I hope some of you guys like some of those pickups. And like I said, I just wanted to do something to celebrate Clemente's birthday today. Let's move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, the YouTube All-Star team. So this was very, very hard for me. I have so many channels I watch, so many channels I like. I really don't like calling out individual channels in something in this format. But after struggling with it, I found some parameters that I was comfortable with. But I'm sure I'm going to leave some people off. I apologize if I leave you off. There's some really, really great channels out there, but I still wanted to give channels recognition, so that's why I decided to still go forward with it. So these are the parameters that I have in place. To be on my All-Star team, you have to have under 1,000 subscribers. The reason for that is I'm trying to shout out smaller channels, get them more interest to their channels. So I decided to pick out all channels are under 1,000 subs. So the next parameter I had is you have to have consistent content. So you have to at least maybe have one video a week just to show that you're active on YouTube. And the last parameter that I had was you have to at least be 6 months or older, because I figured to be an all-star for 2023, you had to at least be making content in 2023. You can't, just be new for the last 2 months. So those are the 3 parameters I went off of. And I thought, why don't I do something special? Why don't I have the President of the United States shout out these channels? So without further ado, Mr. Biden, would you please present the YouTube All-Star lineup?
America, I have an important announcement. Here are my YouTube All-Stars. Legends of the Dugout, Vintage on Vintage, a sign of the past time. Stuka, Mookie Chilson, Four Soft Corners, Rue Dog 21, Vintage Sanctuary. Don's Field of Dreams, Legends Never Die. Cheat A Card Story, the Drew Stevens Sports Cards. Father and Son Vintage Cards, Scott Maz, SFI Sports Cards. Iconic Baseball, Decon, Shoebox Legend, Return to Collecting, Cracker Jack Cards. Americans, subscribe to all these channels and tell them Joe sent you.
That was fun, wasn't it? So I still have 2 more channels to pick. They're my 2 Rookies of the Year. And I thought, why don't I do these Rookies of the Year a little bit differently? So I actually hired somebody who's out of work right now, and he's going to do the presentation for the 2 Rookies of the Year. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the Rookies of the Year. I'll see you guys on the next video.
My Rookies of the Year had a huge year, and I had a lot to do with that. Huge. Chris from Missouri, who could barely get his camera on without my help, and John 3D80's kid, who needed me for all his live streams. But congratulations on huge years.